I'm sure the organizers have since the 2023 election in mind when they chose the theme for this year's lecture to center around the future of our dear country. Indeed, I can say the future of Nigeria is bright. As a leader both in politics and other economic indicators, I cannot admit that our future will ever be bleak. I am an optimist and believe strongly that with the right decisions and policies, we can change the narratives and the state of our nation currently to an enviable position within the shortest possible time. A few days ago, I had an audience with a diplomat, and in the midst of our discussion, the future of Nigeria came up for discussion. It wasn't so surprising for me to see that despite our current challenges, the international community still believes in a futuristic, economically buoyant Nigeria. In fact, many of them fear the endless possibilities that Nigeria can drive if we get our acts together. But to kickstart the process of development, we have to disavow our minds from the prevailing ethnicity and disunity that has enveloped our society. At every turn in the history of Nigeria, we have never achieved anything meaningful when we tilt towards regional or ethnic self-interest. This is evident from the pre-independence struggle. If you remember, until we formed a coalition of a united Nigeria with commitment and input from all regions and stakeholders in the country, we did not get independence. Our independence was to happen in 1953, after Chief Anthony Enaho's motion, but our disunity caused a setback. However, in 1960, we were more united and in the charge for freedom, and we got it. So for us to really develop the country, every stakeholder in the country must forego whatever bitterness they nurse. Let us admit that there have been a few missteps. Many after our independence. These were occasioned by the struggle for power, distrust among ethnic groups and regional scheming for relevance. A deep but latent one, religion seemed to be gradually creeping in. Some policies were made with parochial interest, while some were a child of necessity. Some of these decisions escalated into our present condition. The advent of democracy in the Fourth Republic was supposed to snowball us into prosperity. But while our leaders did their best, apparently it wasn't good enough. It appears that what is required for a prosperous Nigeria is beyond stylish leadership and idealism. Rather, what is most required in today's world is realism. And I believe realism is born out of experience. The realization that beyond all things we are alone, nobody is coming to save us. Nobody will provide support to us. And the gift from any country or institution is likely of a great gift in nature. Once we imbibe this belief, then we can be more patriotic and work assiduously to self-growth. For Nigeria to reach its potentials, it does not require prayers or fasting. God has done his own work for the country. It is left for us to work to ensure our potential does not become a liability. And when I talk about potential, what do I mean? Everywhere we are being told that Nigeria is blessed with some of the best brains in the world. Human capital resources that can stand toe by toe with anyone in the world. This is rightly so, and we have seen geniuses of innovations that have come from Nigerians, both locally and internationally. But apart from our human capital, God, in his infinite mercy, granted us as a nation with mineral and material resources to sustain itself. At every turn you take in Nigeria, there is an abundance of mineral resources that, if adequately harnessed, can sustain the entire country and even prosper the whole of Africa as a continent. There is not a single state out of the 36 states without a major resource of either mineral or natural. Ogun State, which I govern for 8 years, is blessed with an endless supply of limestone, bitumen, and crude oil in the offshore region. We also have enormous amounts of cassava, which forms the basis of ethanol. In Zamfara, as you are aware, gold reigns supreme. In Nasarawa and Kogi, we have precious stones like tourmaline and emerald. In Ondo and Edo, we have bitumen, cocoa, limestone. In Bauchi, Kaduna Plateau, we have sapphire, we have ruby, we have topaz, we have garnet, tourmaline. And I remembered the tin mines in Jos, for instance. Our potential remains untapped despite having one of the highest gas deposits in the world. Russia today virtually supplies the entire world with its gas needs. And you can see that despite the global sanctions against Russia, gas was not touched by the European countries. Japan, the greatest automobile producer in the world, has practically nothing. No single mineral resource. Yet, it is one of the most developed. So for us as a nation, with such much abundance, what we can achieve is best imagined. Our task has been cut out for us, clearly. We have to stop dreaming of a better Nigeria and start working towards achieving one. It is not enough to have passion and vision. Without a roadmap, dutifully followed, we will never leave the trenches. The only way we can leave the trenches is by putting into power individuals who are realists, not just PowerPoint presentations and well-written manifestos that end up in the dustbin of history. We need leadership that is, as they say in mathematical balance, show working. Anybody can write and make promises, but we have to be intentional in ensuring that we let those who know how to bring to life these visions. If someone promised to create television, don't just clap. Ask a question, how they intend to create television. But again, we will have lost the morality to question our leaders properly if we continue to indulge the menace threatening our democracy today. It is called vote buying. It is impossible to sell an item and still we to dictate to the buyer how to use it. Once the boat is purchased, you have sold, and so you cannot ask how they use what you have sold. Nigerians have to realize that the only way to see a developed Nigeria is to ensure that they vote with their brain and not their stomach. A night with hunger, I believe, is far better than 4 years of pain and struggle. The next election offers us an opportunity to rewrite the destiny of this country. The decision we make next year will be with us for arguably another 8 years. That is long enough to make the country better or to make it worse. I want to thank you once again for listening.
So I thank you for inviting Mr. Abaide Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos, to this very important occasion. He will have been there by himself, but today is a darn too busy day. Later, our people should not sell their votes. How they should remember that a night of hunger is better than 4 years of struggle. And I was there when the prof spoke about how good it was in those days, how he could buy a London ticket, flight ticket for just a little amount of money. And I was there when Dr. Peter said, who says he's trying to become a governor. It's not been successful at that, but it's not yet late. Let's be hopeful and prayerful. I was there when he said that we dwell too much on our yesterday, and I tried to talk about the present. That is where I would like to touch on. I do not want to stand on any podium and begin to deploy statistics, facts and figures about how bad Nigeria is. I would not want to talk about the glorious parts of the country and say that nowadays we don't even know where we are going to. I do not believe that Nigeria is a country that has no redeeming feature. I read a book recently written by Hans Rosling, a Swedish physician, who is also a statistician. She wrote a book with the wife of the son. They sat down and started thinking about our world. She's actually telling us in the book 10 things that we should know about our world. People come to tell us how bad the world is nowadays. And she says, if you look at the facts and figures that we have in the world, that the world is not actually progressive. If anything, our world is progressing. So like I said, I won't want to join people who are saying bad things about Nigeria and asking Nigerians to look at the glorious past and asking Nigerians to maybe rise and all of that. If you look at Nigeria, we are making progress. Our young people are doing wonderful things all over the world, and they are praising them. In entertainment, in arts, in intellectualism, you go anywhere in the world, many professors are Nigerians who are doing things that people are happy for. You talk about sports, you see Nigerians doing great things there. Even in Lagos, recently I was on a tour with Mr. Governor of technology hubs. You will be amazed at what Nigerians are doing. Young people, how they are using technology to resolve everyday problems. And if you see these young guys, you will surely know that Nigeria is sure of its future, and that Nigeria has a future. I do not say that we do not have leadership problem or followership problem. But for us to believe that there is no redeeming feature about Nigeria, I disagree. The future of Nigeria is very bright. And everything is in the hands of all of us, the old and the young one, to be resilient, like Lagos State. All of the things that happened to Lagos about a year or so ago, where we have so many facilities built, we are even all of the things that we look at, our common hope, our common pride, our history as Lagosians, where people try to destroy everything. Today, Lagos is standing. If you look at foreign direct investment, Nigeria is not even lagging behind. Despite the fact that we Nigerians will sing bad songs about our country. Foreigners are coming here to invest. Every time they are making inquiries, you check the figures. Even we are ahead of South Africa. So why is it that we shouldn't come together like this and look at that problem that we really have and see a bright future about Nigeria? So once again, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting us and to praise them for the resilience of this program. If it has gone on for 4 years, that means despite all the odds that we are facing in our country, we still have time to plan an intellectual outing like this. I thank you very much. God bless you.